Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. It is that time of month where I flip through my journal and show you guys what I've been doing in it. I'm thinking for videos like this going forward, I'm gonna not only flip through this journal, but also my memory keeping journal. But because I just showed that in, I think, the previous video, I'm gonna skip on that for December and just show my bullet journal. But I will be showing my bullet journal and my memory keeping journal going forward. So I guess just to have more flip throughs, because I know these are my favorite videos to watch and I like seeing how people use their journals. So yeah, I'm gonna expand it a little bit for the February version, but for this one, we're just gonna do the bullet journal and I'm gonna show you guys everything I filled out in this guy for December. I think I'll also show you what I filled out for January, because I just set up my monthlies, kind of. I have one thing I have to do, but I'll just do it while I'm watching TV. It's just like a little bit of stamping, but for the most part they are done. And yeah, I'll show you the kind of new setup for the month as well, so you can see kind of the after the pen and then the before the pen. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So I started this new journal in December. So this was the first monthly that I did right before I just have my future log and my key and, you know, all those fun spreads like this. And I just went straight into the monthlies. I'm gonna add some collections in my January setup that have to do with 2023. But yeah, I like to just jump straight into it. So first page we have here is my monthly calendar. This page has been pretty consistent since October. I just keep my calendar on the left. I really like making this. I like lettering the month. It's just really fun. And I don't know, it's very like meditative. And then on the right hand side, I just have my kind of events and stuff that was happening during the month. I ended up having this optometrist appointment that was rescheduled not once but twice. So I ended up scratching out the old date and then I just tried to like fix the number on top of it, and it just like was really illegible. So fun trick for fixing mistakes. What I ended up doing was I took an old Stalogy notebook I had and I just cut out a square of grid to perfectly fit the space, and then I glued it in and wrote on top of it, and you can't even tell it's there. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see. Do you see that? You can like kind of see it, but it actually works really well. I was not sure I'd be able to stick it in properly, but yeah, that was a very helpful mistake cover-up that I did that I thought I'd share, because I know I'm not the only one who has dates that get changed all the time. So that's what I did for that, and then the rest of the spread is pretty much the same. I had my focuses. I was really excited this month because one of them was to launch my Patreon, which I just kind of decided to do in December, and I did it, and we have a bunch of people already, which is really cool. So patrons, if you're watching, hello. Love you guys, and yeah, that's been really fun. Project and task list. These were pretty good. I have some things I need to migrate into January, like these two spreads I need to set up. I want to track my stationery purchases a little more closely this year because I have gotten into fountain pens. As you can see, I am right now really loving the Kaweco Sports in the broad nibs. I am the broad nib person. I didn't think I would like really thick pens, but apparently I do. So trying not to buy all of the pens, but I do kind of want to get the coconut and macchiato in the broad nib, but we'll see. This is why I'm gonna track my stationery purchases, because fountain pens are generally a bit more expensive, especially when you start buying ink and stuff, which I will be doing. So I don't know, I just thought that it might be a bit better to track those things so I'm not, you know, going too wild. I'm having some restraint in the stationery purchasing category, but yeah, I will be migrating a couple of these tasks, but some of them did get done. A lot of them were around Christmas shopping because the holiday season was quite busy for me. Oh yeah, so these days, so as you guys know, I like to glue in my Sora calendar printouts for my calendar. And I did get the new one for 2023, and I think the first cutout like this is today, which I'm excited about. But for some reason, the first 3 days of December all had like the special QR codes, which I've never seen before. So I got to paste in a bunch of stuff at the beginning of December, which was really fun. So the pages I thought were a little extra special at the beginning of this month, which was kind of fun. And excited to keep doing this in January, but I think after the 3rd, the pages are pretty standard. I had a lot of like dentist appointments this month. I don't know what to say. And then the optometrist appointment that was canceled. Once because I had a meeting, and then the second time because we actually had this giant snowstorm in Toronto, so no one was going outside. Oh, this is another one. On this day, I tried the Terry's orange chocolate for the first time, which was actually quite good. I didn't really know what to expect going into it, but 10 out of 10, would recommend. But yeah, just kind of noting down my usual stuff in my daily log. If you're unfamiliar with my setup, I have 1 day per page. I just find it a little easier to like structure my days, and I like having a fresh start every day. I feel like mentally that kind of works well with my mindset. So yeah, I do a day a page, and you'll see how they look before I fully set them up, because I haven't set them up yet for January. The holiday break was very relaxing for me, but it also was very busy. So I've kind of have January set up, but not fully yet. But yeah, lots of just events this month, because the holiday season again is very busy. I thought it was cool how there was a cutout on Christmas. I thought that was a beautiful alignment of the stars for that day. And yeah, that was pretty much it. That was my month. So lots of events, lots of seeing people. Also did lots of stuff, opened the Patreon, so lots of really cool things. And then we go into the notes page, which is after all the collections. So this is all the stuff I wrote down in terms of notes and collections of that nature. So we have Christmas list, Pokemon play log, which I finished and was very good. Pokemon type chart, because again, was playing Pokemon, and no, I can't remember these on my own. So I keep a chart. This one's from Reddit. I'll link it below. I wrote down all the Christmas movies I watched over the break, some quality ones. Watched the Santa Claus movie series for the first time, which was really interesting. Very good. I enjoyed it. Fountain pen wish list. I have a couple pens I might add to this, but this was when I was enjoying my medium nibs more. Now I think I'm liking the broad nibs, so I think the next ones I might buy will be probably these two, actually. They're roller gel pens. So these are not fountain pens. They're actually like a gel pen. But I think I might get these in fountain pen version in broad nibs, because I really like my broad nib in my dark olive, and I like how these pens are a bit more affordable, so I don't have to like worry about them. But I might add those to my list. I might also look at the Coeco Student in broad, but we'll see. I'm trying not to buy too many pens too quickly. Patreon launch prep list. That went well. A quick list of my 2023 journals and notebooks. This is actually changing, I swear. Lindsay Scribbles was saying on her video once that she thinks that the lineup videos are cursed because every time she makes one, her system changes right after. And I have to agree with that because it's not like anything major, but I will be making a small change. I'm thinking I might be switching up my memory keeping journal, and instead of keeping it in my passport, I might use another Stylogy, and then I might just use my passport for ink swatching and kind of like fountain pen stuff. So still using all the journals, but thinking of repurposing and adding another one in. So that would make me have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 journals, which, you know, is a lot of journals, but I am a journaler, so that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. But I'm not fully decided on this soon. I need to decide as soon as possible, hopefully this week. But yeah, that is one thing I'm still thinking about. And then after this note, I just go straight into January. So you can actually see here how I mark out my grid for when I letter these. So I'll just erase this, or maybe I'll show you first, but this is like the hardest part of my setup, is just lettering my calendar, and I just kind of create a bit of a grid for myself to follow. So I give myself like a 6 square grid, 2x3, to letter out the number, and then right below I use the bottom 3 squares just to record the date, not the date, the name of the month. So that's a look into how I do that, and then I erase it, and then it looks great. But I might do a plan with me for this setup sometime. I was thinking of doing it for January, but I just was like really busy with the holidays, so maybe I'll do one for February. However, this is the January monthly. This is what it looks like, all empty and ready to go. I have my tab here so I can easily get to this page, and then I just have my project and task list, and then I haven't actually stamped in the dates yet. So what I do is I'll just start my daily logs because I know what line they start on. They start 4 spaces down and 1 in. So I'll just start my lists, and then I just will count out the amount of spaces I need for every day of the month. And then at the back here, I just letter the title for my notes page, and then I do as many notes as I need. So this bit is like a however much I need I use, and then I start the month afterwards. But yeah, that's a look at how my journal looked for the month. Not a ton of tasks, definitely more events because I was meeting a lot of people, seeing a lot of family. Let me know if your December was like that. Did you meet up with family? Did you have a lot of events? Did you have any holiday stuff you had to do? It's busy, but it's kind of nice to see people. I find that as long as I have a bit of downtime after, I'm good to go. So yeah, it was a good time for me, and I hope you guys also had a good time during the month. I think this is going to be the end of this video here after the flip through. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to my patrons for your support, and I will see you all in next week's video. Bye, everybody.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake this.